I, bless up, one love, grand rising, peaceful evening, or sleep in Zion, see you in the awakening, whatever time you watching this. Ghetto Rasta Locs, welcome to the Ghetto Rasta channel, Ghetto Rasta family. We've been on this journey where we telling these stories of different sagas of men's mental health and things. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be updated on these things. And then I keep trying to find these different ways to tell these pockets of truth. And hopefully it'll reach somebody, or you can share it with somebody who it may touch or find the understanding of it. And then we can relate and move forward in a better, light. With that being said, this is part 2 of American Horror Story. We're going to get into it. Again, please hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and it's the same thing, Ghetto Rasta Locs, just for like short content and clips. I'm just trying to think of different ways to grab people. Ironically, telling you the truth, weird background, I can dance. I did this I've seen an old dance video from my kids' old account. I uploaded, and it was kind of funny. That's for a minute when I did that. People was like, "You dance?" Yeah, my mom used to make me dance all the time. Here nor there. Let's get into this. American Horror Story Part 2. Let's see how this worked out. So, American Horror Story Part 2. The first person we're going to get into is the hunger of ego. We're going to give this person to Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is the intellectual predator. The man who is praised for being composed, articulate, and highly functioning. But on the inside, he's a narcissist and has superiority complex. He's emotionally starving. He is emotionally starving. Society rewards his control, but fears his soul. And what we mean by that with certain people is that person who can just really witty. You always they just seem so intelligent, but they can also, we have also is known as a God complex. So they put themselves above this pedestal, in this pedestal region where almost everybody's beneath them. And it can create a wall of their growth. And, you can't have a conversation with them. You can't talk to them. You can't tell them an opinion. Really, because they're really almost masters of the board in a lot of ways. But if you mastering these many different things, you're going to fall short of something, because we are not the entity of God. The man who appears put together, even though when he's deep down dying inside. The mask of intellect becomes a prison. The man who can diagnose everyone, but not can heal himself. Again, Hannibal Lecter is the master of the board. Can tell you every play, chessboard, anything going on. See something getting put together, oh yeah, y'all can't see that. But is mad within himself because can't break free of the own prison that he has created in his four walls of himself. Because after a while, he became so above or so ahead of the class, he almost can't be taught by nobody. And this thing can drown him, because ego, pride, can get you killed. Pride's going to get you killed. You know how the song goes. I'm not a singer. But, with that being the case, it will short him. So ego is a killer of all things. So a man has to let go of ego to grow. If we have ego leading every pact of how we think, you will never be wise. You can be intelligent, but you won't be wise. A wise person learns to listen, learn, and adapt. Person with ego will never learn how to adapt because they think they got it. Their ego is going to stand in the way of their growth. So, Hannibal Lecter, we give you ego. Segment 2. The mask of emotion. Anxiety, identification crisis, and social media pressure. We're going to give this one to Ghostface. Now, Ghostface isn't just one person. And this is man's mental health now. He is everyone trying to be seen, yet we hide behind jokes, sadness, true feelings, trauma not healed, depression, and lies behind I'm good. So we lying and saying we're good and things of that intellect or that composure. And it's when you see that person who forever is smiling. They ain't never seeming to have the bad day. They always trying to make somebody laugh and everything like that. And if you see somebody on the net, they seem to be always captured in this great light. And we fall for these things because we know what we live in our true selves of our main characters. And we like, man, we feeling all these different emotions. This is harmful. Sometimes I'm happy. Sometimes I'm sad. Sometimes I feel like I can do it. Sometimes I feel like I can't make it. And these different things of our emotions we facing. But we get onto this screen that y'all looking at with me, you know what I'm saying? And somebody can appear to be composed. I'm not always composed. To be honest, right now, I'm not in the best. I don't feel the best right now, but I'm doing the video because it's what's needed. And I don't mean nothing crazy, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you ain't in the best mood where you're like super, super happy. But this person can seem like they got everything in their lives together and all these things. They don't fall short of no things. And then they get all the rewards of everything by doing this facade of it's always okay. Because we have learned to tell each other it doesn't matter. We're men. Man up. Man don't cry. Hold it in. Keep pushing. So we wear these different masks and anyone that can wear it. So you may unveil the mask in the first horror movie of it and it's me. Next one can be you or, you know what I'm saying, them, you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. Whoever decides to wear the mask of that emotion of this being like, we're okay. And we're really hiding behind trauma that we have not healed from. And we displace this unhealed trauma with jokes, acting like everything is perfect behind this screen. And now because social media leads the pack, we have now fell for this. So this messes up a man's mental health because now we also have us believing it, fellow men, telling the same thing, basically man up. Again, this red pill content that I try to warn people about, and we're falling for it, where you see these big buff guys like, yeah, if you ain't achieving these big things, you ain't a man. And guess who follows suit within it? A lot of women follow suit within that. And if you're not a woman who falls in suit within that, I'm not talking to you. But we got a lot of women who are following in suit with that, like, yeah, if he ain't taking you on trips all the time, if he ain't big, butch, and ain't got, you know what I'm saying, a pretty light skin, and all these things, because this is what they follow and fall for. And we can't compete with these people because we're thinking we're trying to compete with them, and then we in our real lives like, no, this is hard, and don't realize when they cut off their screen, they back in reality. But reality ain't what we want to see. We want to see facades because that's what we've been faced with in social media. We used to take these platforms and actually make sure that we're activists on different things. We used to speak to things going on and all that in the world. And it sounds like I'm rambling. I'm not. I'm telling you, these are masks that we're wearing behind ourselves, and we having trauma behind it for real. When the screen's cut off, men are crying. When screen's cut off, men are delusional. When screen's cut off, men are in panic and trying to figure things out, and they're not comfortable in their own skin. But when the screen comes on, we're faking smiles and act like everything is okay. So Ghostface gets the mask of emotion because he is trauma to anybody who wears the mask, be on the social media screen and everything putting out this image, or in life putting out these different images like everything is okay. And really, that person may not be okay. So Always check on your brothers, your sisters, your family. Say, I love you. All right, now, 3. Oh, and I'm sorry. So, with Ghostface, what I say overall is, we all wear a mask. The question is, what are you hiding behind this mask? And that's everything. What is your true emotions? Are you really this happy person that you're claiming to be? Are you really, you know what I'm saying, achieving all these goals that you're putting on this screen? Who are you for real, and what are you hiding? So are you really sad at times? Are you really trying to figure things out like the average person? Are you really working 2, 3 jobs trying to put something together? Are you trying to put these bills together, penny pinching and stuff like that? Going through what the average person is going through. Okay? All right. I apologize that. Segment 3, America the Horror Story. The cycle of fear we're going to give to Pennywise. Pennywise is childhood trauma. The inner child, neglected, generational curse. So I'm going to try that and say that again. Pennywise is childhood trauma, inner child neglect, generational curse. Pennywise feeds on fear because fear is familiar. He represents that little boy inside every man that never healed. That one who learned to laugh off pain because crying wasn't safe. So what I mean by this is, obviously, that's when you hear it really as you were adolescent. And we know Pennywise, for the most part, he preys upon adolescents. So is anything that made you feel short, side, scary, it's you being scared to look under the bed for, you know what I'm saying, whatever. We're just saying that just because it makes sense. So you being scared to look under the bed. You being scared to sleep in the dark. Or, you know what I'm saying, needing the TV on, needing the fan on. See, these are different trauma triggers that help calm us down. We don't even realize it. You know what I mean? And because it helps you deal and soothe your mind for different things. And honestly, again, we don't realize why, but you know what I'm saying, these are traumas to calm, you know what I'm saying, and we do things to help soothe ourselves. But some traumas are easily, what we can say, be able to smooth out or fix, and then others yell and scream at you know what I'm saying, in your subconscious and knock at your consciousness. So it goes from, like I said, looking under the bed to being scared to be in the dark to having a fan on, things like that. You gotta have a TV on, and it grows into things where you may hear, man up, boys don't cry, hold that down, get it done. So we hear that as a child, and our parents heard it as they was kids, and their parents heard it as they was kids. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a point where it was like, you know what I'm saying, this comes from plantation type of things, you know what I'm saying, and other different type of things where they was like, definitely culturally, and where they was like, listen, they can't hear you doing none of that, because if they hear all that, something worse can happen. You see what I'm saying? It was a survival thing passed down. It was poison, but behind closed doors, they would try to make sure everything was mended a little bit more. We have lost that somewhere along the lines, along the generation, where we're just like, man up. And fathers were so manly, they didn't teach, you know what I'm saying, love to fathers growing up in the 60s, 70s as boys, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I love you and stuff like that. So guess what they did? They was trying to do the same thing, and then some was trying to break them curses and things, but they had their own curses that they had to heal and break from, that they still can't heal and break from, because it's not an easy thing to do. These things are hardships, and we don't realize it. And that's their childhood trauma that they never healed from. And imagine how that yells at their subconscious and consciousness at the front of their skull. So that's Pennywise playing with their fear, which is into your own self. Pennywise only got his power from how you believe. He got his power from your fear. He feeds off your fear. As we know, again, one of my big thing is I love to say it because it's true. and I hate saying it at the same time. I like saying the phrase man up because it's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. The more I learned, because you don't hear, there's not a such thing as called woman up. And I go back to that because they'll say, sister, you'll hear things like, you gotta do it. Come on, sister, you can do it. Or, come on, sis, and they use other words, but they'll say more so of a grace, like, get up, you're strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't say that with each other. We don't say, hey, brother, get up, you're strong, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? It is man up. You know what I'm saying? Man up is such a brush off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that. If y'all joking, y'all joking. I ain't saying nothing like that. But if we're using this as a real context, you know what I'm saying? And throwing that out, you know what I'm saying, as to really raise or get somebody past something, that's not how you do it. And wonder why a lot of men are messed up. We all take different substances because we're told to man up and we believe to man up. And then we fall into different categories of doing wrong because we believe manning up is just dealing with it in our hearts and going forward and not really dealing with the trauma. And then we, you know what I'm saying, unhealed trauma passes on to your adolescence. Whether it's you have boys, girls, nieces, nephews, people you talk to who just look up to you, older people who just be want to see what you thinking. No matter what, you pass this trauma on as a poison to everybody. So it's a web effect and it riffles. So until we understand that, it's going to be this same content until we heal that. So Pennywise is your childhood fear. So back to what I was saying. Always being told to man up. Told you. Don't cry. Don't talk about it. Forget about it. Is a trauma and a part of why men lead to unaliving themselves. Pennywise is the fear falling short of all things is the fear of falling short of all things. Because soon as a man falls short, the world kicks a man. And he kicks himself even harder. Pennywise hits hardest at your lows and self-doubt. He speaks into your mind. He is your outer self pushing down on your own abilities. Well, he is your own self. I apologize. He is your own self pushing down to your own growth and own abilities. Anytime you think you could do something, you have that self-doubt. Anytime you got an idea, you second guess it. And you let that second guessing of doubt because you're thinking of so many different ways and can go wrong that you don't want to try the way that's going right. So that's Pennywise. And Pennywise speaks to me. Pennywise speaks to you. Pennywise speaking to another person that you ain't paying attention to. Pennywise is speaking to women too, to adolescents, everything. All these characters speak to everybody. Think about it. Why do you think these different horror movies really, we be like, dang, that's the, we get emotional in it because really we can relate to it if you really learn how to apply it. These are all things that really make sense for us all. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Trying to make these shorter, but one love, bless up. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. See what's coming up. And I got ideas after ideas, and I just keep trying to plan them out and throw them out. And pretty soon I'll be, if I can, I'm gonna start trying to kind of format an idea with a few people with a podcast, but that's just ideas thrown around. But I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all's head up. Bless up. One love, spiritual alignment. Peace. Thanks for tuning in, Ghetto Rasta family. Ghetto Rasta locs out.